What's up, Middle Georgia Dawgpound? You're here for another week of the Middle Georgia Dawgpound Live. What's up, Kevin and Matt?
How we doing,
buddy?
Good to see you guys. Glad to be here. We are here. The final regular season game, Matt. Can you believe it, dude? We started this thing 13 weeks ago. Pulled out a win against Clemson, and now we're ending it with Georgia Tech. Ready to wreck some friggin' Tech.
That's right, man. Some good old clean fashioned hate, man. It's gonna be great.
I love it. 11-0, guys. 11-0. When we started this thing, I would have never thought that we were going to be 11-0.
Yeah, me neither. I had my fingers crossed, but you always got that little bit of a doubt as a Georgia fan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a good day between the hedges, recognizing our seniors and showing them a little love. Got to see old Bennett come out the tunnel in the fog one more time. And old JD getting named an honorary member of the Redcoat Marching Band. Great stuff. Great stuff. What did you guys take away from the game?
Man, I think they did a good job of recognizing the seniors that have hung around, and especially that guy right there is a heck of a day, and not to spoil the show, but they gave JD his moment in the sun in that game. I'm not gonna say no more than that till you get to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, great stuff. Well, listen, guys, I want to make sure I hit our housekeeping tidbits here. As you know, this is our 13th week on the show. This is our So, listen, we got a myth, the man, the legend. John is responsible for this logo right here, guys. And before we started the show, John, we were talking about how freaking sweet this thing is. So thank you so much.
Yes, we were. Thank you.
Yes,
I
thank you.
appreciate it. I'll be glad to do some more. I enjoy doing that type of stuff. I actually do it off of my phone. So, yeah, I'll be glad to help out.
Great, man. Great. What you got for us tonight, John?
Oh, nothing, man. I'm just, it's kind of funny. This week's game is, my dad is, believe it or not, a Georgia Tech fan. So this is going to be quite funny, actually, once we go out here and show who really runs the state and get business taken care of so we can be prepared for this SEC championship. Not to look ahead or anything, but I'll be glad to watch this game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that as well. And like you said, not looking ahead. We've been doing that all year, focusing on the game before us. But we already know we're going to be there, so you don't have to look too far ahead because you already know that's locked in. So whether we win this or not, we're going to the SEC championship, but we want to be 12-0. That's my goal.
So let me ask y'all a question.
Go for it.
So you said your father was a Georgia Tech fan growing up. Is that correct?
Still currently a Georgia Tech fan.
So when growing up in a house, how did you get your love for UGA if you had that kind of influence with you growing up?
So not to get too in deep, I didn't really follow college sports when I was young. I mean, like that really younger, and the relationship there could be a lot better. But it's just I don't know, man. My brother has really always been there with me, and he's been a Georgia fan, so I think that's where it mainly came from. Just tagging along my older brother, just wanting to be in his shadow, and he was really the guy for me. So I think that's probably where it came from, is just trying to follow in his footsteps and be what he would, be around him and that type of thing.
Gotcha. Yeah. So like for me, it's kind of the same thing. My grandfather went to Georgia Tech, and so I had that, but my father was always a big UGA fan. And for me, I mean, I think that's the thing about college football, college sports in general. It's really more of I just get more of a passion and more connection with it versus any of the pro sports that we have out there. It's something about the connections that we have with these teams it's outside of what you get from a pro team that I see around here, especially in the South. And so same way, like I said, with my father, there's a way for me to connect with my father as a young kid growing up. And so that's where my love came from too. So I can contribute all my love and passion for this team and for this school from my father as well.
Yeah, I think another thing that I've always drilled into my brother and a few of my buddies is I enjoy college football way more than pros. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the Falcons. That's my team. But I've told many people that I would sacrifice the Falcons' entire season for the next few years to get a national championship to
Amen.
Georgia.
Well, I think you've done that.
Oh yeah. That would be amazing if that happens.
Yeah,
We're not trying to look too far ahead, but a World Series championship and a national championship, I'd be set.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Love it.
Appreciate your call, John. Thank you, man.
Hey, thanks for coming on, John.
I'm gonna jump in
sure.
the group and check it out. The rest.
All right,
thank
buddy.
you guys for having me.
Yeah,
Thank you,
man.
bud.
Bye. That's cool. Hey, let's get in it, man. Let's
do it.
Let's jump into this thing.
Up out wide to the bottom of your screen. Again, Davis. This time he's in for the touchdown.
As much as they block him and know how tough he is to defend against, they say, hey, big man, get in the zone.
Great moment for that young man. Great drive for Georgia. Now the defense goes to work. Good job breaking one tackle, but nowhere to hide for Jack Chambers. He'll go down. Another sack for this incredible Georgia defense. On 3rd and 10, they will blitz here. Chambers in trouble. Chambers goes down. Big time loss on the play. Tyndall was there on the sack. He had some help from his partners, including Robert Beal, the senior, a loss of 12. 4th and 5. McIntosh, the lone back. Bennett looks that way. A little toss to McIntosh to the 35, the 30. First down yardage down the sideline. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Kenny McIntosh.
That's why they line up right here. Watch 0, watch 19, watch 81. All of them showing up. And that's what you do. When you have a big play by a back, it's not because of his ability always. It's what you do.
Cook, we've seen McIntosh. It will be number 3, Zamir White. Gets outside, turns on the Jets, and a touchdown for the junior out of North Carolina.
He's coming across, and watch 70 right here. And Zamir White said, I'm holding on to you, big man. When you hit him, I'm gone. There's no one there.
Cook, the lone back. Bennett going to throw, completes it, breaking a tackle at the 5, lunging for the end zone, and those genes and that athleticism helps Brock Bowers
Right here, Stetson Bennett gets it out quick, makes one guy miss, makes another miss, and I'm getting in for 6%. Looking downfield, and he has to check down to James Cook. And then, hey, James, you helped me out on that last one. Let's get you in for 6. Even of his game. And then, okay, we're going to reward you. Offensive line blocked well for me. James Cook in for 6.
Georgia sends 4. Chambers, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Swallowed up again by a sea of red.
These guys here, look. And then the offensive line doesn't know. Sherman is able to come off the edge.
He's out of the shotgun. Wide open. That is Bowers, who snuck through and found himself all alone for another score.
The defense is a rub route. He got it from his friend, Darnell Washington.
On 1st and goal, right between the tackles, untouched. Touchdown, Georgia.
Yeah, offensive line locking people up. Guys a little bit out of position on the defensive side. But
when you're not playing a whole lot at quarterback, there's always the possibility of leaving. He'll be happy about that play. Touchdown, Georgia.
Right down. Look at that. You want to see what it feels like to catch the rock, turn the rock, and score the rock?
Great game between the hedges. Always great to be there. Great to be honoring our seniors. I'm so thankful for the group of guys that we have on this team that have put in the 4 years, 5 years with this program and have brought us to the precipice, right on the edge of 12-0, something that we've never seen, guys. I sat here thinking about that today. I like, dang, all my years watching football, I've never seen us 12-0. We were, the last time we were 11-0, I was too young to remember it.
Yeah.
But we never seen 12-0, and I cannot believe that we're here. Cannot believe it. Well, obviously, we touched on it a little bit. Jordan Davis got his touchdown. If you guys get an opportunity to go back and watch that play, watch Jalen Carter run that pass route on the corner there. This isn't the last time we've seen this package. Mark my words. This is not the last time we've seen this package. Because Jalen Carter's out on the edge of the receiver. That dude he was wide open. They could have thrown him the pass for a touchdown. So go back and watch that.
He's caught one in the past.
Yeah, they'll see that. They'll see that he's open. They'll take advantage of that for sure.
Well, let's hit the highlights, man. This is what I wanted to play. You ready? Let's do it.
I'm pleased to give this plaque that reads, in recognition of his uncommon achievement, exemplary citizenship and character, and valuable contributions to the UGA community, and in particular the joy he exudes and brings about in others, all of which are aspirational traits of Redcoats University. Jordan Davis!
He's on the stepladder leading the band. Jordan Davis, that is a young man that has taken this experience as a Georgia Bulldog to the absolute maximum and enjoying every step of the way in his time here. And it's just a big old smile on his face right now as he's leading the Redcoats.
Yeah, and the team has surrounded Jordan while he's still up there.
We heard a lot about the love that this team has for one another, and I think that epitomizes it right there.
Blessed, so blessed, so blessed. So baby.
So Haley texted me. She said, "You know why Jordan Davis got all the love from the Redcoat band? Is because he would go to some of their practices, and he would actually go to them every game and tell them how much he appreciated them and how much they hyped him up after the game. That is a true leader, guys. There'll never be another one like Jordan Davis, number 99.
No, there won't. I watched his interview after the game, and he was saying that he said the Redcoat band doesn't get the recognition like the football team, and he wished they did.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, I hate to blitz on through this, man, but we're gonna run out of time. Let's get into some of these recruits that we've snagged here. Obviously, you see on the screen here, Georgia leads the way, number 1 in the nation for the 2022 recruiting class. It says we have 3 5-stars, but for some reason I thought we had more than that in this class. And 13 4-stars, 7 3-stars, a total of 23 commits. Jump in here, guys. Y'all take it.
Well, one of the things about recruiting is you love it or you hate it usually. A lot of people who hate it because they get so tied up in these 17, 18-year-old kids who come in with the hype and then they let you down, or they stay so close to who's committing where, and they get so angry when a 16-year-old person or 18-year-old kid commits to another school, like that ruins their week. And so you got to kind of take it as as it is, and it's a good thing to enjoy. It kind of gets you ready, especially in the off season, the spring, to look forward to for spring games and stuff like that. But because ultimately, reason we've been so successful and we're about to be 12-0 is because of the recruiting. So it's a part of it. It's a lot of that's what makes college coaching so much more difficult than pros in some aspect, because they're constantly having to go and recruit. They're constantly having to be on the phone and keep up with social norms and stuff so they can stay connected with these kids all the time. One of the guys you have on the screen right here is Singletary. He is that right? Yeah, Singletary, who he committed to us not too long ago. He's gonna be individual cornerback for us. I know some people think he's 6'2", who probably end up being a safety, and you may be right, but I think he's really projected to be a corner. He's long, he's pretty long, 6'2". He's not super heavy yet. He's only like 170. He may not get more than 190 at some time, but his speed on the ball and even only being 170, he is tremendously strong.
Who had him?
I kind of had him too, but I think both Kevin and I both talked about it. You want to go ahead and Kevin with it?
No, I think you had him, Matt. I don't have him in my list here.
So Malik Starks is one of those players that we could hit a home run with this kid. He's a 5-star guy. And I think some of your stuff, Brian, is, depending on what site or what composite you're on, some guys are 4 stars on one site. Other site, they're 5 stars. So it kind of fluctuates where you're at. Right. So that's kind of why sometimes they're up and down. This guy here is a 5-star guy. He plays both ways in high school. He is he's a triple option, quarterback for them, but also plays a little bit of linebacker. He's small right now for a linebacker, but he's going to gain that weight when he gets into the weight room in Georgia. They say he could be a linebacker, inside linebacker, or a safety. I think myself, with his speed and his ability, he's going to be a safety for us. So that's going to be really, a really strong, athletic, guy knows how to read. First of all, played a quarterback, so should know how to read plays. He's going to be one of those good leaders we have, like we do with the guys we had in the past, with Scene and Richardson and Richard, them from last year, that really going to help us develop a strong secondary for the years to come.
Good deal. The next one is Bear Alexander. Now he's the one that's supposed to be taking over Jordan Davis' number next year.
Actual jersey number?
Yeah, from my
cool.
understanding. Mm-hmm. You want anyone to take him?
Me too, Kevin.
I hadn't looked too much into him there, Matt. I'm gonna let you get him.
So he was one of the guys who gave us all that heartburn, about a couple months back. He first originally committed to Georgia. We think Brian has talked about it on the show a few times before too, as well. Ended up going to IMG Academy because of his family situation going on with the traveling and stuff and ball in Texas. Then he kind of decommitted from us for a while. We thought he was going to be a strong A&M commit, but ended up coming back and recommitting back to Georgia a few weeks back, if not a month ago. This guy's a big guy. I think he's 6'3", like 320 already.
325 already.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is it on there? I'm sorry. So yeah,
No
he's a big guy. Can he be as fast and as explosive as Jordan Davis? I hope so. I think he has the capabilities. That I think he's going to be more of like a Wyatt for us. Good, strong, dependable guy. It's going to be a couple of years before you see him bust from the scene. He'll need a year to develop for sure, to develop that push off that line. But he ultimately will be, I think, like a Wyatt for us, and be a really strong anchor for that defensive line. I love the name too. You can't beat that name.
Nope. Julian Humphrey.
You had him right though, Kevin.
Yeah, this is the guy I had. He had his picks. He was it was between Georgia, LSU, and Texas A&M that was going to get him. And at one time he had committed to Florida. And so this is another steal that we've got from Florida's commitment ranks, which is awesome as a dog fan and a Gator hater. He's the number 22nd. He's now the 22nd member of the 22 class. And some of these things that I read up on him, it struck with me. And he says they wanted to go to a school that could develop him as a student athlete and develop him to the next level. And that speaks volumes of what Kirby is developing at this at our program here to get these recruits to come in. He's the number 12 quarterback prospect and 94th overall. The kid runs a 4.38 and a 10.55 So kid's fast, and it's going to be good to have him on the edge there. I just think that speaks volumes of what Kirby's doing as bringing in these top rated players on our defense.
Yep, absolutely. And we got Gunnar Stockton out of Tiger Turtle, Rabun County High School. Yeah, he recently broke Deshaun Watson's, wasn't that whose record it was he broke for the most passing touchdowns in the state of Georgia?
Yes. And Trevor Lawrence.
Yep. So he's going to be a huge addition to our quarterback room as well.
Yeah, I mean, super, good kid, good head on his shoulders. Like I said, he's one of those guys, depending on which site you're looking at, is a 4-star on one and 5-star on the next one. Definitely going to be, a good ball player for us. I think he is, like you said, his height is not great. He's only 6'1", but even with that frame, he's got a solid frame to him. So he has a little bit of that, the part that we talk about, Stinson so much. He has the ability to run. When he gets flush out of the pocket, he can run and make plays with his legs, which is a good thing. Him and Brock are going to have a good competition coming in this spring practice. So I'm really looking forward to seeing them guys go head to head, because I think it could be, depending on what we look like for this coming in next year. I don't want to jump too far into that, because I want to really appreciate and enjoy the time we have right now. But it's going to be a fun spring watching those two guys go at it and see what our quarterback room looks like going into next year.
Absolutely. And I put this one on here as Oscar Delt. This kid right here, I think he was the number one tight end in the nation. His mother is actually a South Carolina grad. His mother tweeted or basically has said to multiple news sources, "I made you the best tight end in the nation, and you couldn't even recruit him."
That's funny.
So that's a slight to South Carolina. So Oscar Delt coming to Georgia. He is Brock Bowerish. Probably not as explosive, but every bit as athletic. So good things on the horizon for the Georgia program. Like Matt said, not to look too far ahead, and y'all are probably going to kick me for this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
I think Georgia right now is about to go on an Alabama type run.
Oh,
and I think
beautiful. I love that.
I think Alabama. It's getting near the end.
Dude, you are bringing up.
I think Kirby right now
smells blood in the
next
water.
10 to 15 years, blood is in the water in the East. Blood is. I mean, no one with now Dan gone in the crap show that Florida is right now.
Yeah.
The SEC East better be Georgia's for the next 5 years at least.
Yeah, that's 100%.
They are
correct.
about to go on a run that is similar to what Alabama's done this past 15 years. I believe. I think Nick Saban, love him to death, greatest coach of all time. Obviously, is who knows how long he coaches. I think Georgia gets over the hump in 2 weeks. Alabama doesn't make the playoffs. Georgia wins a natty, and they don't look back for the next 10 years.
Wow.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
I'm gonna knock on some wood here. I got my dogs barking because I did it.
Yep. Speak it into existence. That's all I gotta say. Speak it into existence. Well, listen, guys. Let's move on. I did see that Nakobe Dean was announced as a Butkus Award finalist, so I'm extremely excited about that. Hopefully, he can follow in Roquan's footsteps and bring that home again. So good stuff there. And as you know, we're still keeping up our sack board. We're up to 17 different players that have a sack now on the UGA defense. So unheard of. Just numbers absolutely unheard of. But here we are. Rivalry. Say that fast 3 times. Rivalry week. There we go. Rivalry week.
And UCF were a rivalry.
Yes, they are.
That's just easy. I mean, I believe that they are on this new run. I know South Carolina just beat Auburn with a depleted team and them circling the drain. I think Clemson will come and beat South Carolina. Simple.
Gonna be close or a blowout?
I think they'll beat them by 10 points.
Wow. What you think, Kevin?
Matt, that's big, man. I think both of these teams are on a uptick high note, and I think it's going to be a close game. I think that they're going to be at South Carolina, so that's going to give them a little bit of an advantage. I'm going to go against you on that one. I think South Carolina pulls it out in a close one, and it's. I'm not going to say it's going to be a high-scoring game. I've probably, 32-28, somewhere around in there.
That's still high scoring.
Yeah, not compared to the high scoring that we've seen, in the 40s. That's what I'm talking about. It's not going to make it to the 40s. I think it's going to be, somewhere 32-28, 28-24, somewhere around there.
Well, when you're playing against the Georgia defense, anything over 17 points is a high scoring game.
Yeah. I'm going 21-17 Clemson. I think Clemson wins this one. All right, Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Matt, what you
got? Man, that's the thing. Mississippi State they are so up and down. You don't know who you're going to get. Ole Miss did not look very stellar against Vanderbilt last week, and maybe because it was their last home game, and Matt Corral's already come out and said that he's leaving. Maybe they just didn't fill up the snuff. I don't know. It just didn't feel like they were that enthusiastic about being there playing Vanderbilt last week. And it could because it's just Vanderbilt, But you're at home. You should beat Vanderbilt by 30 points easily with your offense. So I don't know what's going to happen in this game. I think this game could be a legit high scoring game. It could be 45-54, something crazy like that. at the end of this whole thing. I'm just going to go ahead and say that the craziest person will win, and that craziest person is most likely Mississippi State. That coach he's a lunatic.
I'll agree with that.
He is most definitely crazy. Maybe somebody get him some candy corn.
Yeah, so I'm looking up. I mean, I don't think Mississippi State will win. Ultimately will win the game, but I'm picking the upset though. I think they'll do something crazy with it.
Gotcha. What you think, Kevin?
Well, this is pretty cool. It's the 118th meeting on Thanksgiving night for these two teams. Ole Miss has the series lead 63, 46, and 6. Ole Miss is trying to get to its first 10-win regular season in program history. Mississippi State can reach 5 SEC victories for the first time since 2014 with this win. So I'm thinking this is going to be a shootout between the Cowboy Will Rogers and a Heisman hopeful Matt Corral. With Rogers leading the SEC in passing yards of 41-13, and Matt Corral is third in the SEC with 3,099 passing yards. So these are throwing quarterbacks, and also I know we could. I think Matt Corral is probably the highest rushing person on Ole Miss's team as well. If you go and you look at the stats there, I think in the end though, I think Matt's right. I think Mississippi State is going to pull it out and be a 45-38 win.
Yeah, I'm going Mississippi State too. Remember what I told you about playing in Mississippi State is they have them blasted cowbells.
Yeah,
ringing,
they drive you nuts.
And it's deafening. It's like 108 decibels it gets up to in there. I see Ole Miss leading going into the end of the fourth, and somehow Mississippi State scores a touchdown, wins it 42-37.
How many times do you see Lane Kiffin throw the clipboard because of the cowbells?
A lot. Yeah, that's it. Yep.
I need more cowbell.
That's it. Oklahoma State. What you got, Matt?
I hope the Cowboys. I can't stand Oklahoma, y'all. I'm sorry. I hope the Cowboys come in there and literally just. I guess it's at their stadium, but beat them by 30 points. I think Oklahoma's been escaping by all year long. I think Oklahoma State's. They're not great, but they have an opportunity to beat them. And you look at their ranking. The rankings. There's number 7 you have in your board here. If they can win this, and there's a few losses that happen, this week and next week, you could find Oklahoma State sneaking their way into a playoff. Man, it's very easy to sneak themselves in there with this win. So I think they're going to come out with a passion. I think they know that the playoff committee does not like Oklahoma, does not like their games this year, how they performed. I think they're gonna smell blood in the water and take them down.
I agree with you, man. I think that you're right. The Oklahoma State, you go and look at their stats. Their defense is okay. It's better than what Oklahoma has got. Oklahoma State is, they only allow 14.9 points per game. I think they're going to keep it in check, especially with the quarterback situation that Oklahoma has going right now. And I was asking you all this before we started, is where the rumor mill is taking us. Where is Spencer Rattler going to end up next year? And there's a lot of drama at the quarterback spot, and we all know what quarterback drama can do. It's just kind of messes with the whole team morale, and I don't think Oklahoma is going to pull it out. I think it's just a downhill spiral from here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Oklahoma State wins this one easily and knocks them off. So, yep. Well, I thought we were going to have another call in come on here. Looks like Daddy popped on, and now he's gone. So I'm not sure what happened there. But all right, Ohio State, Michigan. What you got?
So I'm gonna do some Kevin here and give you some a little bit of statistic stuff because he's really good about that. Michigan has beaten Ohio State 2 times this century. 2 times. So in the last 21 years, they beat them twice. Wow. The last time they beat them was 10 years ago. this is another one of those defining like your season games. The winner of this goes to the championship game. The winner of this has a almost a fast track to the playoff. This is going to be a hard fought game. There is this. That's just. I'm not a Big Ten fan at all by no means. I don't think that they play tremendously great football, but these are two teams who have opportunities to do something, have a special season as well. They are both going to be fighting hard in this game. This could be a really good game to watch if it stays close. I mean, it could be tremendously good game. Haven't watched a lot of their games. I've seen a lot of highlights from from TV and ESPN and stuff. I don't know what it's going to be, but I would love to see. I think we have a better chance of seeing this game really going to overtime than it ever has in the past here. I'm going to go with I just think Ohio State right now has found something they like and they're playing with. I know they played a flag football team last week and they kind of just got through it and it all surprised us, but I think they found a little bit of niche there. I don't think Michigan's got enough defense to stop them, so I'm going to go ahead and go with Ohio State to take that win. Even though I don't want to do that, it makes me pains me to even say that.
Yep, I agree. Kevin, what you think?
Yep. Well, with this win, Ohio State will clinch the East in the Big Ten. And Michigan, with this win, can also win the East with a head-to-head tiebreaker against Ohio. Ohio has the number one scoring offense with 47.2 points per game and a total offense of 559 yards per game. Michigan is number 7 in the scoring defense with 16.3 points per game, and that's defensive points. They are number 8 in the pass defense with only allowing 178 yards per game and 9th in total defense with 306 yards per game. Michigan also has the number 15 run game. It's 218 yards per game, and Ohio State is number 11 against the run with only allowing 102 yards per game and 36 sacks. So I think it's going to be a closer game than what we think. But I also did see that everybody's kind of on that page with you, Matt. Even Paul Feinbaum, I saw him put out there that says Harbaugh cannot beat Ohio State. And so I know that's what everybody is thinking, including me, because I don't have them winning this game. I think that I agree with you. I think Ohio has found something in their offense. They're just too explosive. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. I think Ohio wins this one 38-28.
Shane Couillard on the YouTube page says Wolverines. So I'm assuming he's taking the Wolverines on this one, but I just don't see it happening. I know we're playing at Michigan. I think Ohio State's finally hitting on something here offensively and defensively, and those are two good attributes to have this time of the year. And I think they easily take care of Michigan and knock them off and move on to the Big Ten championship. Well, guys, that brings us to the Georgia Tech preview. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Wreck that Tech.
Let's do it.
This week is set your tone, set your jaw right. Tech, for a lot of people, is the biggest game of the year. Hey, this thing ain't over. Y'all understand? You ask an old head. It's one of the biggest games of the year. We're going to Atlanta to play at their place. We're going to red that thing out with our fans. And now it's time to buckle down and get after it.
Runner on the 28, ran by one, ran by another, 50, 45.
And he came around. He hurdled a blocker, and Hollick got it.
Will, and it's caught. Touchdown in the middle of the end zone. Touchdown. Georgia.
I totally agree. And you know the other thing that I hate more than just Georgia Tech and the fact that their mascot is a mag- is I hate this blasted whistle. And if you've never been to a Georgia Tech game, then you don't know what that's about. But after you hear it, after the first touchdown, second touchdown, you're about ready to just bite your teeth. I mean, it's just that bad. It's just about that bad.
It will not. Not go off on Saturday.
They're done, and I was talking to Matt about this. I think this is a deciding factor for their coach right here, because I think there's unease in the water up there at Georgia Tech with the fan base.
Whatsoever else is, I mean, if you can't fill a 55,000 stadium, whatever they get, that's just pathetic. And he comes in with all these complaining. That's what kind of get frustrated. He comes in this complaining when he first comes on about how it's hard to recruit